It's not RC. Adventures in Radio Control.
Hi, I want to talk a little bit about flight duration with electric-powered aircraft. It's very important to know the state of your battery, and you need to come down before battery dies, obviously. There's a couple of ways you can go about that. For example, my transmitter here has a built-in timer. As soon as I go to fly, I press the bind button, and it starts a countdown timer here, and I can set it to anything I want. For my particular model I've been flying recently, it's about 8 minutes, and I'm pretty safe. If I come down around 8 minutes, I'm usually good to go. Transmitter starts beeping at me. It gives me like a 2-minute warning, a 1-minute warning. Really starts freaking out when I get about 10 seconds before the timer goes off. It's great and all. It's a good safety feature, but you know what? That's not a perfect solution, because if you spend the whole flight at full throttle, you're going to run out of batteries a lot faster than if you just putt around at like half throttle or even glide for a while. This isn't the best solution in the world, to be honest. So what I did was I went out and picked up one of these little LiPo testers, and it's also got a built-in alarm system in this thing. So when the battery gets to a certain voltage, this thing starts beeping, and I mean really beeping loud. And you put it in your plane, and you put it into, it attaches to the bind port on your radio here. I mean on your battery, I should say. It's a bit tricky to figure out which way around this should go, but you plug it in. No, I didn't plug that in right. Let's try that again. There we go. Plug it in, and it gives you all sorts of useful information. This is a 3-cell pack, so it's going to go through each cell and give me the exact voltage for each cell. It also gives me a voltage for all of the cells, which is nice. So, before I fly, I can look at my battery, and I can be like, okay, yeah, I got plenty of juice, I can fly. You put that in the plane and you fly with this thing, and while it's up in the air, I've been recently just more or less ignoring my transmitter timer, and as soon as this thing starts beeping, and I can hear it way up there in the air, it's really loud, I know to come in for a landing. And it's been really working great for me. I'm quite pleased with it. And the beauty of it is it doesn't matter how you fly. If you fly really aggressive and hard, full throttle all the time, obviously it'll beep when the voltage gets to a certain level. If you fly really mellow and just putt around the sky, same thing. It'll still beep when it gets to that cut-off voltage. An aggressive flight might be 5 minutes. You might be able to stretch out a nice mellow flight to 12 minutes. This thing will always tell you when it's time to come in, though, which is great regardless of how you fly. So I really like this thing. You can get them; they're cheap. I don't know. There's a bunch of different brands, and I don't know, this one works for, I think, like up to 8 cell or something. It's great. I really recommend using one of these. It doesn't replace the timer. I mean, the timer's got its uses too. But for me, I really like this stuff. Anyway, that's that. Give it a try, see how it works out for you. Thanks. I forgot to mention 2 other options you have for detecting low batteries. The one is your electronic speed controller. Most of these have a built-in low battery warning system. They'll do a couple of things. Either you can program them. It'll either reduce the power to the motor, so you'll have a noticeable reduction in throttle, and you'll be like, uh-oh, time to come in for landing. Or they'll just plain cut the throttle completely, which I don't really advise you do. Not a good idea. But so that'll let you know when it's time to come into a landing. Not that great. It's sometimes it can be kind of hard to notice if you're lacking. The throttle is just not there. Sometimes you don't notice so much. So not the best option. A really nice option is a lot of transmitters come with telemetry systems, where there's actually a transmitter on your plane, and that'll transmit back all sorts of nifty data about how your plane's performing, including your battery voltage. So there's systems where it transmits to a separate external little transmitter you mount to your antenna here, or on this radio, for example, it'll come up here right on your LCD display, and they'll beep at you, and they'll, the same thing, they'll let you know that it's time to go in for a landing. Anyway, go into those further in some other episode, but anyway, that's that. Hope that helped. Thanks.